Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Tonight, the FBI says Detroit remains America's most violent city. The Local 4 defenders, we're taking a deeper dive into what these numbers really mean.
6 people are shot, 2 of them in critical condition at a strip club on Detroit's west side. Coming up, we've got 2 different angles of video of this shooting and what police are asking for now.
But we're going to begin with 4 Live radar and rain moving through Metro to Detroit.
And this rain is bringing some much cooler weather along with it. So let's start things off here at 5 with Ben. Hi, Ben.
Hey, Kim and Devin. This is rain, by the way. We haven't seen this for over 2 weeks. And now we finally got it here on Storm Tracker 4. It's light, but it is becoming a little bit more widespread, especially we're watching this area coming in from that Indiana-Ohio state line. There's a little bit more energy above the surface, and that's going to start intensifying some of these showers, at least in the short term, before we finally dry out before midnight tonight. So here's how the rest of the evening looks. Temperatures definitely on the cool side, but we'll see those drops start to wrap up for most of us before 10 o'clock. North zone, you may hang on to those just a little bit longer as we head into the late evening hours tonight. But we've got more rain coming on Wednesday and Thursday, and the coldest air so far, at least in the last 4 months, is coming by the end of this week. We'll look at a very chilly 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Guys?
Okay, Ben, now to brand new information into a shooting outside of a strip club early this morning on Detroit's west side.
Detroit police releasing security camera video as they hunt for the gunman. Grant Herms following the newest developments. Grant.
Devin, Kimberly, police are still looking for several suspects and at least 2 vehicles in this shooting, but so far, a lot of questions and very few answers.
According to police, the shooting happened around 1:45 Monday morning after a show ended at the Sting Gentlemen's Club on Michigan Avenue. Detroit police releasing this 2-second video, which Local 4 has slowed down. Bystanders helping victims as the suspected shooter or shooters drive away in the silver pickup. Police say in all 6 people in their 20s were shot, 4 men and 2 women. 2 of the men are still in critical condition. The others are listed as stable. Video from a nearby business shows more chaos across the street. At first, 2 men can be seen on the sidewalk with a group following behind. The nightclub just to the left, out of frame. As they walk to their car, commotion. The men duck. One in blue pulls a handgun but doesn't fire before the group runs for cover. The man in blue and another man in white start firing shots from behind their SUV before running across the street. Their SUV drives away without them.
At this point, we're unsure exactly what the motive was in this shooting, and we're working with the detectives to determine that at this point.
The shooting is Detroit's 8th mass shooting of the year in what has been a particularly violent year in the city and in Metro Detroit. And police say they've had trouble with nightclubs like the Sting before.
We do have issues with the adult entertainment clubs in the area, and we are continually working to enforce in that area. But it is something that's continually on our radar and something that we work to keep at bay.
Police now asking anyone with information to come forward.
And police are still looking for that new model silver Dodge Ram pickup truck you saw in that video. They also want to talk to that man in the blue jacket. They're also looking into a party bus from Flint. Right now they're calling that a lead, but at this moment it's nothing more than that. On Detroit's west side, Grant Herms, Local 4.
All right, Grant.
The state reports 1,308 new cases of coronavirus over the past 2 days. And remember, the Sunday and Mondays are now combined and average out to 654 cases per day. Along with that, 8 new deaths from the virus have also been reported. And we're also getting updated numbers on school outbreaks across the state.
Yeah, Mara McDonald joining us live tonight to help us sift through some of this data. One thing, though, pretty clear, Mara, college campuses remain a big issue.
That's putting it nicely, Devin. If there's one positive to take out of all these school numbers that the state is releasing, it's that K through 12 does not appear to be a significant source of COVID outbreaks. But like you said, universities, on the other hand, that's a whole different story. Let me show you.
The state of Michigan is updating school COVID numbers each Monday. The top 3 universities with ongoing COVID outbreaks are Michigan State at number 1. Right now, MSU is reporting 1,295 COVID cases, followed by Grand Valley State with 811. And then there's a steep drop off to third, which is Western Michigan with 452. To put this into perspective, the University of Michigan is only reporting 295 cases, with close by EMU at 28. Michigan Tech doesn't have a tremendous amount of cases up in Houghton. They're reporting 8 new ones this week on top of the 40 or so they already have. But the school announcing late this afternoon it's decided to go fully remote to try and stop the spread.
Back here live, Michigan Tech saying it's going to go fully remote until October 12th and then reassess. If you want to take a look at all the school data for yourself, and that's K through 12 as well as universities, we've got it all on our homepage. All you've got to do is head over to clickondetroit.com. We're live in Midtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Back to you.
Okay, Mara.
A Lapeer County high school is closing after coronavirus exposure at the school. Alma High School will close until October 12th. In a letter to parents posted on Facebook, Alma Community Schools says a student confirmed to have the virus attended classes. The district says right now there is no evidence of the virus spreading. It will contact students and staff who will need to quarantine after being in close contact with a COVID-positive student.
And as many kids are heading back into the classroom, the CDC has released new data about COVID-19 in kids.
The agency reports more than 277,000 school-aged children were diagnosed with coronavirus between March 1st and September 19th of this year. Infection rates were twice as high in children between 12 and 17 years old as those between 5 and 11. Pediatric cases peaked in July, decreased in August, and plateaued in September, but that could be due to a decline in testing.
With the first presidential debate a little more than 24 hours away, there is a major new talking point. The New York Times report about President Trump's taxes certain to come up, we would expect, on the debate stage tomorrow night. Alice Barr is on site in Cleveland. Let's get to her. Hi, Alice.
Devin, before ever stepping foot in the debate hall here in Cleveland, President Trump is already playing defense, fighting Democrats' allegations that he gamed the system to avoid paying taxes.
It's going to happen now with more and more Trump.
The presidential candidates preparing for their first debate tomorrow night.
I am looking very forward to the debate.
President Trump will face pressing new questions about his taxes after the New York Times reported he paid just $750 in federal income taxes in 2016 and 17 and no federal income tax in 10 of the previous 15 years.
It's fake news. It's totally fake news. Made up, fake.
President Trump still bucking decades of tradition by refusing to release his tax returns while he's under audit. NBC News has not independently reviewed the 20 years worth of records the New York Times obtained, but according to the paper, the Trump business empire reported losing more money than it made, using those losses to avoid paying taxes. Joe Biden's campaign releasing a new video comparing taxes paid by teachers, firefighters, and nurses to the president's. Some voters voicing frustration.
It's unfair to all the working people, for the people that do pay their taxes.
Others unswayed.
President Donald Trump, he's one of the best presidents that I've seen ever.
The New York Times also reporting that over the next 4 years, more than $300 million in loans the president has personally guaranteed will come due. It's unclear to whom he owes that money.
To whom? Different countries? What is the leverage they have? So for me, this is a national security question.
A Trump Organization attorney telling NBC News the Times investigation is riddled with gross inaccuracies, noting the president has paid tens of millions of dollars in personal taxes to the federal government. President Trump has paid federal taxes like Medicare, Social Security, and the alternative minimum tax. He's claimed in the past that his ability to avoid income taxes makes him a smart businessman. In Cleveland, Alice Barr, Local 4.
All right, Alice, Grant Herms and the Local 4 Trust Index team will be fact-checking this first debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden live tomorrow night. You can watch the debate on Local 4 at 9 p.m. right here. And while watching, you could follow the fact-checking going on at clickondetroit.com. It was the tip of the spear in Detroit's fight against COVID-19.
New here at 5, why the city has decided it's time to move the COVID testing site out of the state fairgrounds.
This time, it's hitting wine country. Brand new video tonight as the devastating wildfires continue to wipe out homes in California. Sean.
Let me ask you a question. Does the city of Detroit feel like, to you, the most violent city in America? FBI crime stats out today say it is.
We can't turn a blind eye to the fact that we do have a high crime rate here.
But remember, these stats are numbers, and numbers mean people, and people in Detroit have a different take on what they're seeing.